If you think you know what a bush plane can do, this video is about to completely change your mind. What you're looking at right now is not a military aircraft. It's not a race jet, it's a bush plane built by one man in a garage in under 6 months. It can take off in 78 feet, climb at 4,000 feet per minute, cruise at 180 miles per hour, and land in less than 100 feet of dirt runway. Its name is Draco, and it is the most insane general aviation aircraft ever built by a private pilot. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why every engineer, pilot, and aviation nerd on the planet lost their mind over this machine. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now because this is the kind of content we live for on this channel. The origin, where Draco came from. Draco started life as a PZL-104 Wilga, a Polish-built STOL utility aircraft that's been around since the 1960s. The Wilga was always a capable short-field aircraft, used for skydiving, bush flying, and utility work across Eastern Europe. It had a high wing design, fixed landing gear, and a tough, no-nonsense airframe. But with a stock Lycoming piston engine making 300 horsepower, it was never what you'd call fast. Capable, yes. Impressive? Not particularly. The last Wilga ever built rolled off the production line in 2006. It sat in storage for years. That specific aircraft, tail number N123T, was the last one, and it ended up in the hands of a man named Mike Patey. Now, if you don't know Mike Patey, let me give you a quick briefing. He's a self-taught engineer, entrepreneur, and backcountry pilot from Nevada. He's not an aerospace engineer with a degree from MIT. He learned by doing. And what he did with this last Wilga off the line is nothing short of extraordinary. Patey's goal was personal. He wanted an aircraft that could take his family into Nevada's backcountry, high mountain desert terrain, elevations above 14,000 feet with a density altitude near 17,000 feet. No certified aircraft could do it reliably with 4 people in camping gear. So he built one. In 5 months and 3 weeks, working nights and weekends while running a full-time business, Mike Patey rebuilt that last Wilga from the ground up, and he named it Draco, from the Latin word for dragon. The engine, the heart of the Dragon. Here's where things get serious. The original Wilga ran on a piston engine, around 300 horsepower. Mike Patey ripped that out and installed a Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6A28 turboprop engine. That's a 680 horsepower turbine power plant, the same engine family used in King Airs, Pilatus PC-12s, and military trainers. He then paired it with a 102-inch 4-blade MT propeller. Let that sink in for a second. A bush plane weighing just 2,400 pounds empty, powered by a 680 horsepower turboprop. The power-to-weight ratio on Draco is absolutely absurd. For reference, a Cessna 172 has 180 horsepower and weighs about 1,600 pounds empty. Draco has nearly 4 times the power in a slightly heavier airframe. The PT6A28 is also a turboprop, which means it burns Jet A fuel, not avgas. That gives Draco incredible range. With 160 gallons of Jet A on board, it can fly over 1,000 miles. Cruise burn at 180 miles per hour is only 28 gallons per hour. That's remarkable efficiency for a turbine aircraft. Top speed, 205 miles per hour. Cruise, 180 miles per hour. Stall speed, just 35 miles per hour. That 170-mile gap between cruise and stall, almost unheard of in this class of aircraft. The Airframe Modifications, rebuilding a Dragon. The engine was just the beginning. Mike Patey didn't just swap a power plant, he rebuilt nearly every major system on the aircraft. Wings. The original Wilga wing was already a good STOL design, but Patey increased the chord, meaning he made the wing wider by a full foot. This gives the wing more lift surface area at high altitudes where the air is thin. He also added enlarged flaps and modified control surfaces to improve low-speed authority. Landing gear. Draco runs on massive tundra tires, the kind you'd see on Arctic bush planes operating off gravel bars and frozen lakes. These tires are not just for looks. They absorb the shock of rough, unimproved surface landings and give the aircraft the grip it needs on loose terrain.
The gear is also specifically tuned to handle the enormous torque loads from the PT-6 engine during ground roll. Avionics. Draco's cockpit is loaded with Garmin avionics. Garmin was so impressed with the aircraft that they became a sponsor. The glass panel gives Patey full situational awareness even in backcountry environments far from radar coverage. Reverse thrust. This is one of the most critical features on Draco that most people overlook. The PT-6A-28 can run the propeller in reverse pitch, giving Draco aerodynamic braking on landing. Combined with the Tundra tires and a skilled approach, this is part of why Draco can land in under 100 feet. You're not just using wheel brakes, you're using the engine itself to push air forward and slow the aircraft down. It is functionally a thrust reverser on a bush plane. Insane. The performance numbers, what Draco can actually do. Let's run the numbers, because this is where Draco becomes almost unbelievable. Takeoff roll, 78 feet. That's shorter than many driveways. Landing roll, 97 feet. Climb rate of 4,000 feet per minute. A standard Cessna 172 climbs at about 700 feet per minute. Draco climbs at nearly 6 times that rate. Pitch attitude on climb out. Patey routinely pitches Draco to 30 degrees nose high immediately after liftoff. A commercial airliner typically climbs at around 15 degrees. Draco climbs at twice that angle. Stall speed, 35 miles per hour. For context, highway speeds in a school zone are faster than Draco's stall speed. These numbers aren't marketing. They were demonstrated publicly, repeatedly at competition. At the 2018 High Sierra Stall Drag Race, Draco didn't just win, it beat the previous champion, Mike Patey's own twin brother, Mark, who won the year before in a Carbon Cub. Draco was so dominant at competition that it was eventually asked not to compete because no other aircraft could come close. Oshkosh 2018, the debut that broke the internet. 8 days before EAA AirVenture Oshkosh 2018, Mike Patey finished Draco and flew it to Wisconsin. That was the first time the general public saw what he had built. EAA AirVenture is the largest air show in the world. Thousands of aircraft attend. Hundreds of thousands of people walk the grounds. And in 2018, Draco was the undisputed star of the show. Video after video went viral. Pilots who had been flying for decades were standing with their mouths open, watching this bright red aircraft pitch to 30 degrees and rocket skyward from what looked like nothing. Aviation media called it the most impressive private aircraft they had ever seen. Plane and Pilot magazine put Draco on the cover of their March 2019 issue. Garmin signed Patey as a brand ambassador. Draco became a symbol, not just of extreme performance, but of what a determined, self-taught builder with vision and grit could accomplish without a factory behind him.
The crash, Reno, September 2019. Now we get to the part of this story that every aviation enthusiast remembers. On September 16, 2019, at Reno Stead Airport in Nevada, Mike Patey attempted to depart in Draco following the national championship air races. The winds at Reno Stead that morning were gusty and strong, crossing the runway at a significant angle. Patey's own account described winds exceeding 40 knots with a direct crosswind component. He began his takeoff roll on runway 26. Almost immediately, a wind gust caught the left wing and began lifting it. The right wing dipped. Patey tried to correct with aileron, but the wind overpowered the controls. A second, massive gust caught the fuselage broadside. In Patey's own words, "I was a big, giant kite, and I was going for a ride, and I had no control left." Draco ground looped to the right. The right wing dug into the dirt. The aircraft spun nearly 180 degrees and came to rest in a cloud of dust. The left wing separated from the fuselage. The airframe was completely destroyed. Mike Patey, his wife, and a passenger crawled out, physically unharmed. Within hours, Patey posted a video to YouTube. He did not make excuses. He did not blame the wind or the aircraft or the conditions. He looked directly into the camera and said, "Pilot error, pilot error, pilot error. The plane did not fail me.
I failed the plane and the passengers. That video became required viewing in aviation training circles. It was a masterclass in pilot accountability and decision-making. He had multiple opportunities, a different runway, a delayed departure, and aborted takeoff, and he chose to press forward. That choice destroyed Draco. But it also taught thousands of pilots a lesson that no classroom can fully deliver. Draco's legacy. The dragon lives on. Draco, the aircraft, is gone, but the story didn't end at Reno. In 2023, a company called Draco Aircraft was founded in Warsaw, Poland, with a clear mission: take Mike Patey's original concept and build a certified production aircraft based on it. The new production Draco will be powered by the Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6A 135A, a 750 shaft horsepower upgrade over the original PT6A 28A. It will be paired with a 5-blade MT propeller. The target performance: takeoff in under 80 feet, climb at 4,200 feet per minute, stall speed still around 35 miles per hour. Certification is targeted for 2028. If that happens, what Mike Patey built by hand in a Nevada garage will become a certified, purchasable aircraft available to pilots around the world. The Dragon will have offspring. And as for Mike Patey himself, he moved on. He began new builds. The spirit that created Draco didn't die on that runway in Reno. It kept building. Draco is proof of something important. Not just that extreme performance is possible in a small private aircraft, but that the combination of vision, engineering knowledge, and sheer determination can produce something the aviation industry hasn't seen before. One man, one modified Wilga, 5 months of work, and an aircraft that rewrote what the world thought a bush plane could do. If this video gave you something, if you learned something about what aviation is truly capable of, then share it with someone who loves flight. Leave a comment below telling me what surprised you most about Draco, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are just getting started on this channel. See you in the